Thanks for joining us for Inside California Politics. I'm Frank Buckley in Los Angeles.
And I'm Nikki Lorenzo in Sacramento. 2 months after becoming the first Speaker of the House to be voted out by members of Congress, former Speaker Kevin McCarthy is retiring at the end of the year. The Bakersfield congressman announced his decision this week, leading to what will be a sudden and abrupt end to the congressional career of California's highest-ranking Republican since Ronald Reagan. McCarthy has served in Congress since 2007 and before that served in the California Assembly, including serving as minority leader in the Assembly. Joining us now, the chair of the California Republican Party, Chairwoman Patterson. Jessica, chairing a Republican state party like you do in a state like California, as you know, is no easy task, but having a leader, a powerful leader like Kevin McCarthy in Washington, D.C., and who has a reputation as a really good fundraiser, that's an asset. Now that asset is gone. So how does that affect the California Republican Party and how you're going to do your job in 2024?
Well, certainly, I think that our country, our state, our party, and the 20th Congressional District has benefited greatly because of Kevin McCarthy. But I wouldn't say that that asset is gone. In fact, in his Wall Street Journal op-ed, he said that he is going to continue to be engaged. And I think the place that he will be most engaged is right here in California. Over the last 2 cycles, picking up 5 congressional seats, and we are now going on the offense in additional 3 seats. He's going to be incredibly involved in that. He's going to be incredibly engaged in that. And so I don't view that asset as being gone.
So let's talk 2024. I mean, how optimistic are you? Because now, now that Kevin McCarthy announced that he is out, those Republicans that are considered, in seats that are not safe. So let's talk David Valadao in Central Valley, Mike Garcia in Southern California, Michelle Steele, Ken Calvert, even Duarte up here as well in Northern California. I mean, it seems like doom and gloom. Without Kevin McCarthy, these guys are done. What do you say to that?
Well, again, I don't think we're without Kevin McCarthy. I think Kevin McCarthy is going to continue to be as engaged as he was before. This is something that's important to him. This is something that is in him. So he'll still continue to be engaged, but every single one of those members that you named are outraising their Democrat opponents. And in fact, even in the open Katie Porter seat, our candidate Scott Baugh is outraising his Democrat opponents. Here in California, the news isn't great for California Democrats. Whether it's this huge deficit that we're now facing after coming off of a $100 billion surplus, or the different things that they've done when it comes to crime, education, homelessness. California Democrats are losing. Joe Biden, his numbers are below 50% here in California. Gavin Newsom has had the worst approval numbers in his history of being governor. This is not a great time for Democrats here in California, and Republicans are offering something different in every single one of these districts.
All right, so let's talk about the personal side. So we talked about the politics. You've known Kevin McCarthy for a really long time. You worked for him, not only know him professionally, but as a friend. Look, let's be honest. He's mocked by national media. His tenure the last year has not been great, making history not in a great way in the House, ousted as Speaker. But when the dust settles, how do you think that he will be remembered? Because as we were talking about in the pre-interview, he's beloved in his district despite what his reputation is nationally.
He's beloved in his district, and he's beloved by most people that know him. I've known this man. I've known his heart. I have watched him with his family, in his community. I've watched him lead his conference, and he has just done an absolutely phenomenal job. I think when the dust settles, I think history will look very kindly on Speaker Kevin McCarthy. I think that he will be remembered very well for doing the right thing. I watched as he was first elected as Speaker of the House when we had our select committee on China. And just up the street from my house at the Ronald Reagan Library, we had this bipartisan delegation that was meeting with the president of Taiwan. The way that they spoke to one another, right in the backdrop of the Berlin Wall. This is the type of person that he was. He wanted to get things done in Congress. And at the end of the day, that might have been what pulled him down. But I think that history will remember him very kindly for doing the right things.
All right, we will leave it there. Republican Party Chair, California Republican Party Chair, Chairwoman Patterson, we appreciate your time, as always, here on Inside California Politics.
Thanks, Nikki.